Okay, finding the sum of a series. So we're going to use this notation, S100. What I mean by S is the sum, so adding all of them together. And by 100, I mean we've got 100 terms. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go quickly through the method using nice numbers. So this is an arithmetic series with the first term 1 and the common difference 1. So it's as simple as it could get. And then I'm going to do the same thing but generalised, more complicated with algebra in it. Here's the tactic. Instead of manually adding them up, let's rewrite the series, but the other way around. So S100 is also equal to 100 plus 99 plus 98. It's just writing it backwards. The trick here is if I add these two lines together, we'd have two lots of S100 because we've doubled it. But 1 plus 100 is 101, 2 plus 99 is 101, 3 plus 98 is 101, and so on. This is now easier because how many 101s do we have? Well, we have 100 of them. And so we can rewrite that as a multiplication. Two lots of S100 is 101 times 100, which we can work out. The final thing to work out the sum here is to divide by 2, and so we get that. So if we add up all of the numbers from 1 to 100, we get 5,050. That saves us some time rather than manually adding up. What we're going to do is exactly the same thing, but with generalised arithmetic series. So here we go. N, so we're going to have n terms. We don't know what n is, it's just some nice whole number. The first term is a. The next term is a plus 1 lot of the common difference. The term after that would be a plus 2 lots of the common difference, and so on, until we get to the nth term, which is the first term, a, plus n minus 1 jumps of d. Okay, same tactic as before, let's write it the other way around. So all we've done is we've reversed it, so a plus n minus 1 lots of d, a plus n minus 2 lots of d, each time we're taking off a d until we get down to a. Adding up each of those, so doubling the whole thing, 2 times s of n on the left hand side, well a plus a is 2a, and then n minus 1 lots of d I've put in there. Notice these brackets aren't really needed, I've just put them there to make it clear what's the term. So that plus that equals this, that plus that equals the same thing, and so on the whole way down the list. How many of these do we have? Well, we have n of them. So we can rewrite all of this long bit as n multiplied by that bracket. Final thing to do to work out the sum here is to divide by 2, and we're going to get that formula. This is one to write down, so pause the video, write it down, put a box around it. This is to find the sum of any series. If you know what a is, you know what d is, and you know what n is, this is the formula you put them into. You get given this formula in the exam book, in the formula book. You don't have to remember it. Okay, I'm going to give you one to have a go at. So with that formula in mind, I'm telling you that a series starts with this, 13 plus 23 plus 33. I've written ... here, so you don't, here I haven't written out all of the terms, but I've told you how many terms there are. So n is 25. First job here is work out what a is, work out what d is, and write down n, and then put them into the formula and find the sum. Pause the video, have a go. Okay, so a is the first term, so that's 13. D is the common difference, so we're going up in tens. N is 25. So the sum of the first 25 terms of this is n, which is 25, over 2, multiplied by 2a, which is 26, plus n minus 1, which is 24, times d, which is the common difference, 10. Right, let's work this out. 25 over 2, that's 26. Doing the bod mass, that's 240. Working out the stuff inside the brackets, that's 266. I'm going to divide by 2 before times in by 25. So we've got 25 multiplied by 133. And now you grab your calculator. Sorry, I don't have one at hand. Left as an exercise to the reader, whatever that is. Right, you get given this formula, you don't have to remember it, so this is the one. Most arithmetic questions are working out what a, d and n are and popping them into the formula. Sometimes you're going to have to go backwards where they tell you what the sum is and you have to rearrange to find one of the other letters. That's sometimes a bit more complicated because if you expanded this out, You'd have an n multiplied by an n, so it might get quadratic. Some of these questions are going to get you to solve quadratic equations as part of it, but it's mostly following this form. Right, you should have everything you need to work out the next exercise.